Hello everybody and welcome to Reed's Reads. I'm of course your host Ryan Reed, creator and webmaster of Comics Havoc. Please check us out. Well, here I'm today to excitedly talk about a brand new series. You've heard about it, you've talked about it, it's Molly Danger. And I'm here to review the free comic book day version which leads into the graphic novel this fall. I'm going to really right now go right over the series if you haven't read it or anything. Basically in Coopersville, New York, a set of supervillains usually use technology as weapons attack the city. Molly Danger, of course, who is the protector of Coopersville, comes out and actually fights the evil Dr. Mandula, who is, of course, a very interesting scientist who wants to free society of flesh and make it till the machines will be the way of life. So enter Briggs, the newest member of the Dark Team, which keeps an eye on Molly Danger and everything. Well, he breaks the cardinal rule of actually interrupting, disobeying orders, and helping Molly out with a problem. She ends up defeating Dr. Mandula, and in the process actually ends up inviting Molly over to his house to where she becomes friends with his son, who is a big Molly Danger fan. Well, that's the premise of the main series, which will lead into the graphic novel being released this fall. I have to say, though, I really enjoyed this book a lot and everything else. I've been this excited about a new series, especially an independent series here from the great Jamal Igle, about this new comic book series. As they say, Molly, the superhero we've all been waiting for. Something that a lot of people have even said today is it seems that books are either too violent or too dark, or they're too kiddie now for any audience and everything. Molly is a change with that. I haven't been this excited for a series in quite a while, actually. Last time I was this excited was back in the mid-90s, back when I returned to comics with Thunderbolts by Kurt Busiek and Mark Bagley. Of course, the Masters of Evil Pretending to be Superheroes, which launched into be a fantastic series, which was a little different, as well as later on Spider-Girl, and of course Stargirl, by Jeff Johns, who was then a brand new writer into the business and everything. One thing that worked for all these series, the fact is they actually took a classic superhero approach and gave it a new spin on it. With Thunderbolts, it was because they were actually the bad guys that were seduced by good. With Spider-Girl, it was the daughter of Spider-Man, where of course we all know with great power comes great responsibility, but in Peter Parker's case, he realized when he failed his responsibility, people died. But May, his daughter, realized that when she succeeded, people lived. And over in Stargirl, where a really upset teenager who was mad at her stepfather decided to get back at her, ends up becoming actually an incredible superhero and probably one of the best legacy characters that's been created in the last 20 years. And then here we go now with Molly. First of all, the designs and the premise are really good. We don't know what the story is of Molly. She's been a superhero for 20 years. She basically was found in a crashed ship and apparently hasn't aged over the last 2 decades. But who is she? What is she? Where is she from? And why is Dart so determined to keep a close eye on her while protecting the town of Coopersville from all these various supervillains, especially in characters like Dr. Mandula, who of course is, in the wonderful designs, very similar to Mysterio, one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. Something I enjoy about this series is why it still has the classic superhero approach, destruction, good guys, bad guys, and everything else. It just has a nice little fun little spin on it. Molly, you get into her character, you love what she's doing, you're along for the ride. The villains are very interesting, as well as everything with Dart is very interesting. Not necessarily the bad guys, but they have a very, bureaucratic way of running things here, keeping Molly under their rules and everything to make sure she doesn't get out too out of control, because after all, she is the most powerful 10-year-old on the planet. But who she is and what she has doing is what makes this series so great, and that's why I'm so excited about it. And I have to actually applaud great thing to Jamal Igle for creating this character and everything. I know he's been working on it for a number of years, and I was a contributor to the Kickstarter, which funded this project, and I'm one of the early people that has actually pre-ordered his series, which I am going to highly recommend you do. Go to Amazon, go to the website, whatever you can, please pre-order Molly Danger. There are several volumes that Jamal has intended to create, and I am looking forward to each one of them, and I hope to keep seeing this series around, because with creative own projects, it's a little harder to do it in this kind of business. There has to be money, there has to be creative push and everything else to make them successful series. And let's face it, series like this deserve to be promoted and pushed, because you know what, I'm giving it an A+. I am really looking forward to the Molly Danger series. I can't wait to pick up the main book here in about a little over a month. I'm just really excited. I haven't been this excited for a series in a long, long time. So Jamal, thank you so much for creating Molly Danger. I look forward to the series. You already got a fan right here, and I hope you will check it out. In the meantime, I will see everybody later on the next Reed's Reads.